Hello dear friends, good evening to all of you. Today I will share a bunch of new words with you with the meaning. I will share these words with you. You will be able to see these words on your screen. We will plant these words on our mental screen today first of all. We will know the meaning of these words first, and after that we will plant these words on our mental screen, and then we are going to create a random story. Any random story we are going to create. But the condition and criteria is that we will fix and we will plant the words on our mental screen with their clear meaning. This is important. So my first word is hysteria. I will share this, these words with you later. I will upload this page. First word is hysteria. Hysteria means a psychological fear, a psychological nervousness. The second word is mundane, M-U-N-D-A-N-E, mundane. Something which is very dull, which is lacking excitement. That is mundane. The third word is knucklehead. Knucklehead means stupid person. Knucklehead. Knucklehead means stupid person. Another word is baronial. Baronial means something which is very impressive, something which is very grand, something which is very big. That is baronial. The other word is beseech. B-E-S-E-E-C-H, beseech. वह हम खुदा से किसी से मांगते हैं, ठीक है, earnestly, request करते हैं. That is beseech. After that, the word is meticulous. Meticulous means किसी चीज को बारीकी से करना, to pay great attention, to pay full consciousness. किसी भी काम में to pay proper consciousness means उसी को कहते हैं meticulous तरीके से करने को. Then the another interesting word is infernal. Infernal means which is related to hell, जहन्नुम के जैसा जो हो. Infernal, underworld जिसे आप कहोगे, infernal. Random word, draconian. Draconian, D-R-A-C-O-N-I-A-N, draconian. एक होता ना cruel rule, cruelty, एक ऐसा rule which is cruel rule को कहते हैं. और लास्ट पे हम लेते हैं ecstasy. E-C-S-T-A-S-Y, ecstasy. Extreme happiness, extreme pleasure, बहुत खुशी. एक तो होता है इसका सिनोनियम मिलता जुलता जोकंड मोमेंट, JOCUND, जोकंड मोमेंट. उसका मतलब भी होता है हैप्पीनेस, बट एक्सटेसी मीन्स एक्सट्रीम हैप्पीनेस. ओके, करना ये है. नाउ we are supposed to see these words on our mental screen. अब हमें इन वर्ड्स को अगर याद रखना, इंडिविजुअली अगर हम इनको मेमोराइज करने की कोशिश करेंगे, after 2 or 3 days this is bound to happen that these words will vanish, these words will fade away. इनका मीनिंग जो है भूल जाएगा. Chances is the meaning is it will get mix up, the meaning will get mix up. So what is the way to avoid this mix up? We can avoid this, we can avoid this mix up. अगर हम इनको इंडिविजुअली जो है लर्न करने की कोशिश करेंगे, this is definitely going to be a mess after with the passage of time. So हम इनको एक अपने कॉन्टेक्स्ट में डालेंगे, एक स्टोरी में, रैंडम स्टोरी, कोई भी स्टोरी जिससे क्या होगा, वी विल बी एबल टू डिफरेंशिएट द मीनिंग प्रॉपरली मीनिंग को डिफरेंशिएट कर पाएंगे, कौन सा वर्ड किसके रिलेटेड है, बिकॉज द कॉन्टेक्स्ट गिव्स यू द अ परफेक्ट सेंस। उस वर्ड को वो उसके ऊपर एक सेंस जो है एक्वायर हो जाती है। चलिए, these are few the bunch of words and जैसे कि हमने कहा हिस्टीरिया, मुंडेन, नकलहेड, बैरोनियल, मेटिक्यूलस, इन्फर्नल, ड्रैकोनियन, एक्सटेसी। दिस इज माइंड मैप। ठीक है, मीनिंग मैंने आपको इन वर्ड्स का बता दिया। नाउ एनी रैंडम स्टोरी, because we are supposed to fix these words in our what, a context, in our a plot। हमें सेंटेंस नहीं बनाने हैं, we are not going to make sentences, we are going to create a short story so that this short story will help us to retain these words, तो फ्यूचर में भी काम आएंगे। and these are the advanced words। so let me make any story। मैं स्टोरी लेता हूँ, पहले मैं एक थीम क्रिएट करता हूँ, my first day in college or my first experience at college। मैं ये ले लेता हूँ, this is going to be my plot, this is going to be my story। my first day at college। मैं क्लॉकवाइज इन सभी वर्ड्स को लेता हूँ, पहले मैं रैंडमली नहीं पकड़ूंगा, क्लॉकवाइज सभी वर्ड्स को यूज कर रहा हूँ। my first day at college was full of nervous hysteria and everything was mundane for me at first go। I was thinking myself to be a knucklehead, but with the passage of time everything starts seeming to be baronial to me। my friends, I beseeched my God to make my life wonderful here। I beseeched my God, I was begging to my God to make my life wonderful there। and then after few months I started to be very meticulous in my studies। my earlier experience at intermediate, my earlier experience at intermediate, which was very infernal, which was like hell, it faded away from my mind। I started to unlearn the past experience which was somewhat draconian at my 10+2। I tried to unlearn that experience and I tried to make my life very meticulous at college। and gradually it started giving me extreme levels of ecstasy, extreme level of pleasure, extreme level of happiness। There is no doubt, at first experience in college, I was thinking everything to be mundane because it was not enticing me. I was not seeing any interest. There was a sort of hysteria in my mind. There was a sort of nervousness in my mind. And I was thinking myself to be knucklehead. I was thinking myself to be stupid. But with the passage of time, the thing starts changing. The scenario starts changing and everything starts seeming to me very baronial. Everything starts seeming to be very impressive. The lecture starts seeming to be very impressive. And then I beseeched my God, and then I begged to my God that make my life better here, to reform my life here. I want to study more and more. And then I started to be very meticulous with studies, and then I started to be very conscious with studies. The earlier experience, which was very infernal experience, which was very draconian experience at my intermediate, at my 10 plus 2, I started to unlearn all that. And with the passage of time, I start feeling myself. I start feeling myself to be very happy. I start feeling myself to be in a jocund company. I start feeling the extreme ecstasy, extreme happiness in my life. And in this way, gradually, the mundane experience, it started getting to be vanished from my life. I was thinking myself to be very knucklehead at first, and then I became very confident when I met with the new professor. When I met, I was very impressed with their baronial speech. So in this way, we used all these bunch of words in our story, in our plot. Let me remind you that we are not making sentences. We are trying to create a plot, so that we can retain the meaning of these words, so that we can retain the essence of these words, in a very well mannered, in a very a streamlined way. These words actually, what is the value of these words? These words gives us new paradigm. This gives shift to our paradigm. This gives shift to our horizons. So thank you for today. See you in next video.